things that we do in the staffless practice world is we want you to leave the experience with us, meaning me and my team and my angels, empowered. I want you to leave your experience, every experience you have with staffless practice, feeling like that was a really great use of your time, your energy, and your money, because those are our three commodities: time, energy, money. And as soon as I talk about ChatGPT, it's changing. It changes every single day. So the way that my brain works, and I definitely have a creatively functioning brain where it doesn't it doesn't fit into the same boxes as other people's learning styles. So I guess I would have like a learning disability, but I call it a learning ability, where I need to have things spelled out in a certain way for me to digest it and then use it. It's kind of like if I was going to eat an apple pie, I would need to have it just so: no gluten, no sugar, organic apples, cinnamon that is real cinnamon. I'd need all of those things for my body to easily digest it. And then I have an experience with apple pie that it's good, and I'm going to keep going with it. That's what I needed to do with ChatGPT. I kept hearing people talk about it and I was really overwhelmed by it. But I knew that if I was going to offer you guys services for making your practices more efficient, I had to use it as a tool. That brings me to my first challenge of the day for you. First of all, if you're meeting us in Zoom and this is your first time meeting me, my name's Dr. Jody Dinnerman. I'm an expert mistake maker and solution creator. I'm the founder of All Things Staffless Practice. I've been in practice for 25 years. I'm a pediatric and prenatal chiropractor here in New Jersey. And yes, I run a marketing agency and it's amazing. So that's me. And one of the things I want you to do is everybody grab a Post-it. And if you were in my training last week, you should already have this sitting on your computer. Everybody go ahead and take a minute and grab a Post-it. Put me down for a minute, go grab a Post-it. I want it on a Post-it. I don't want it on your phone. I know that some of you are paper people and some of you are more screen people. No matter what you are, hi Elle, I want this on a Post-it. Okay, so grab a Post-it or a piece of paper or an index card. And I want you to write down these words. I actually have it right here on my computer. And the words are, how can AI help? I want you to write down the words, how can AI help? And I want you to take your Post-it once you've written it, and I want you to stick it on your computer. If you're on a laptop, put it on the edge of the laptop so that when you close your laptop and then reopen it, it's still sitting there. How can AI help? Set a timer or a reminder on your phone. How can AI help? And the reason we need to do that is because it's new and we have to form a habit with it. We have to make it so that it's constantly put in front of us. Oh yeah, I can use ChatGPT for this. It's new to all of us, you guys. So what I'm going to do is I study with the greatest marketing minds on the planet. I'm part of a huge mastermind. And they had this really brilliant guy come and speak to us about his method with ChatGPT. And I took it and I turned it into my own apple pie so that I love that, Joe, so that I could then use it wherever I looked. And that's my hope for you, is that you're going to love the system that I came up with for ChatGPT so much that you're going to want to use it for yourself. One of the things I am going to ask is that I have a couple of volunteers. If a couple of you, if you're watching us on Facebook, come on into Zoom, stafflesszoom.com. And if a couple of you can give me a problem that you've been trying to figure out, I'm going to call on you as long as you raise your hand when we get to that point. Okay, my phone's going crazy right now because we just made a big announcement, which I'm going to share with you in a little bit. So I'm going to call on you in about 20, 30 minutes to give me a problem and be an example for us, for whoever's interested in doing that, to see how what I'm about to teach you can work for you. Okay, so let me go into sharing my screen. Just give me a hot minute. I'm going to do a new chat. Okay, here we go. I'm going to share my screen with you. There we go. So you should be able to see my screen on ChatGPT. And Sheena, you can text me for anything. I know you already texted me asking me something, but I don't need help letting people in. I actually want to see who's coming in and who's joining us, because a lot of these guys are our students and a lot of these guys are not. So I just like to know the mix of who's in. Okay, so this is a ChatGPT window, right? And if you have an account, which I suggest you get, I have ChatGPT 5 right now. I find that the more you upgrade your ChatGPT, the quicker it is to get to know you and your voice and your tone. As you use it, it will get to know you, which is a little creepy, but also kind of cool. I want you to remember with your new best friend post-it that says, "How can AI help?" The goal is for ChatGPT or whatever AI program you're using. I'm just really comfy cozy with ChatGPT, so it's the one that I refer to most. It's free to become an assistant for you. I totally get that there's no replacing human talent. There's no replacing Barb, who sits at the front desk and makes your practice members feel comfortable and welcome. That's talent. And there's no replacement for that. However, the world is moving faster and faster, and a great percentage of that speed increase is because of the way that we're using AI. It's everywhere. It's prevalent whether or not you want it to be. It is. So here's a really easy breezy, cheesy way to use ChatGPT, and it's called the drag method. So the drag, and I also in the chat, Sheena, if you want to repost the guide, one of the things that I shared with you guys today is our drag method PDF. And I want to go over the basics. So when you tell ChatGPT to do something for you, that's called a prompt. And if you make that prompt usable to other people, it becomes a tool. So this tool is a prompt that I have become so comfortable with. It happens in 30 seconds for me. And my hope is that it happens like that for you too. The drag method is an acronym, DRAG, for what's the deal or the description. What's the role that you want ChatGPT to play for you? What questions do you want ChatGPT to ask you in order for it to generate a response? So if I have a problem and my problem is, I don't know what to say on my next newsletter, the description or the deal is, I run a marketing agency. I want to inspire wellness practitioners to, you know what, let's do it. I don't need to do that. So here we go. So I want to show you a couple more things about ChatGPT. I'm in an actual chat right now. So here are all of our chats. And the nice thing is if you do a new chat, you can come back to it. You can also share it. You can also do a temporary chat, which dissolves as soon as you shut down ChatGPT. So I actually started a new chat here. And what I can do is, oh, somebody needs to mute out. I'll mute you out. Okay. If you are one of my volunteers today, I'll be able to then share this chat with you because it will give me a little URL, right? That's cool. So remember, we're going drag, we're going DRAG. D is what's the deal? What are you looking to figure out? Give me every single detail about it. Give me the who, what, where, when, why, how, and how much of it. R is the role you want ChatGPT to play. You guys watch this happen, and it's so incredibly cool. A is you're going to ask the chatbot. I suggest you name your chatbot. Ours is Karen. You ask your Karen to ask you 3 questions as a specific role. So, and I'll show you that in a minute. And G is to generate a specific response or a specific thing that you're looking to create. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to actually use the microphone, the dictation microphone tool. You see this little microphone here? I'm going to turn that on, and everything I say is going to be typed out for me. I can do this on my phone. I can do this on my computer. I can do it on an iPad. I can do it wherever I want. So let's use let's use the real life example. I run a marketing agency for chiropractors, physical therapists, PTs, NDs, OTs, acupuncturists, psychotherapists, you name it. I am starting, this is true, you guys. So it's kind of like I'm fitting in a little commercial. I'm starting an accountability pod called the Staffless Practice Pod. I want to provide real accountability-based support for the wellness practitioners of my community, but I don't want to charge them a lot of money. This is a true thing, you guys. I am having a hard time figuring out how to best word it so that it's not too much words and it's not intimidating to sign up. I already have a landing page for it that I love. I want to make it so that it's in bite-sized pieces for people who are an all-in action takers, so one goal at a time. And I'm not really sure what to say. So here's the who. Who is the wellness practitioners who are established in practice? Maybe people who are just getting to know the world of AI, who love what they do, want more joy, and want to serve more people in less time. What? An accountability pod that meets every 2 weeks for 9 weeks long. It's 3 months long. When it's going to meet every 2 weeks at a convenient time to everybody in the group. We start in the beginning of October. That's the when. Where we're going to meet in Zoom, but we're also going to have a community Slack channel for each pod. Why? Because too many wellness practitioners are using the excuse that they don't have the support they need to be successful in practice. And quite frankly, I'm sick of it because more people need great care and I don't want any more excuses. How much? So who, what, where, when, why, how, and how much? How much? It's $500 a month times 3. If they're already one of our clients, they get a $100 discount. And how? We're going to meet in Zoom. I'm going to facilitate the mastermind. It's going to be 50-minute meetings. Everybody's going to get 10 minutes to talk. Each pod will be 6 practitioners wide. Also, if the practitioner wants their team to have their own pod, we can make that happen too. Okay, I'm going to stop the check sign here. Now watch what happens. Everything I just said is getting typed up as we speak, which is so cool. Okay, so that's just the D of the DRAG. And next we're going to go into RAG. R, so D is description or details or deal. R, I want my chatbot to play a role for me when it asks me specific questions about the problem I'm looking to solve. Remember, you guys, how can AI help? This is my assistant right now. How can AI help me? What's the best role this AI conversation could play for me to help me figure out what the initial words are, what the social media posts are, all of those things. Those are all what I want generated. Okay, so let's go into R. I'm going to hit the microphone again. Please play the role of not only the founder of Traction, Wickman, I think it's Dan Wickman, but also my mom, because she knows me really well and she knows what's too much and what's too little for my brain, but also my best client. Like the client that they sign up for our programs and I just jump and my heels click automatically because I love them that much. I want you to play the role of those 3 people for me, Karen. This is the A, ask me 3 questions to help me generate words for Facebook, words for Instagram, and words for an initial email to let people know about our accountability pods. Okay, I'm going to stop the microphone. It's going to add the words to what we already had. And now what it's going to do is, guess what? It's going to ask me 3 questions. So I do want to warn you that if you have the microphone hit on ChatGPT and you hit the X instead of the check mark, it will delete everything that you just said. I've done that way too many times. I've learned the hard way. Expert, mistake maker, and solution creator. Okay, here we go. You ready? Do, 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 do. It says playing music. All right, here are my questions. All right, Gino Wickman, Traction Dad Energy, your mom, gentle but honest Jody, don't overcomplicate this, and your best client ever, totally obsessed with what you've built. Here are 3 questions to get the perfect words for Facebook, Instagram, and your first email. You ready? Question 1, what action do you want them to take right now? Do you want them to click a button and pay immediately, schedule a quick call with you first, or just say, I'm interested? The clarity here. So I'm going to answer question 1 with my microphone. The answer to question 1 is I already have a sign up page for this and I want them to go to that sign up page. Okay, I'm going to stop. Question 2 is what feeling do you want them to have when they see your post? I really want them to feel relieved. I want them to feel like they finally have a solution for accountability that's going to change their life. Because I'm a chiropractor for 25 years and I've spent over $200,000 in coaching to go in circles and have stuff sitting on my computer that I never used, I want to avoid that at all costs. I want them to know that they have to show up to their next meeting with the work done. But I also want them to know that they're only going to have to focus on one thing for the three-month pod. Okay. Next question is, what's the one promise you can make that feels like heck yes to your perfect client? That's a great question. The promise that I'm going to be able to make to them is that they're finally going to have a group of people who they feel connected to while they're in the trenches of day-to-day practice stuff. Okay. And now it's going to generate my response. Are you guys ready to see this? Here we go. DRAG. Facebook post. Here's the heading. Finally, the accountability you've been craving. You love what you do, but you're tired of going it alone. After 25 years in practice and $200,000 in coaching, da 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 da. It gives me the Facebook, the Instagram, the initial email, and I might come back to it and say, I like this, but it doesn't really sound like me. Here is the last email I wrote. Use my tone. And I can copy and paste the last email I wrote and it will use my tone. It's really important when we use ChatGPT that our personal style and tone does not get lost. I'm also going to tell you that if you send an email that has a lot of emojis in it, it's very obvious that it was written by ChatGPT. And you don't really want that, you guys, because it's kind of slimy, right? So I'm going to say in this, I'm going to say, can you make this look more like it was written by me? I don't use emojis. Absolutely. Let's strip out the emojis, keep it professional but warm, and make it sound like you talking straight to your favorite practitioner. Here's the Facebook post. Here's the Instagram caption. Here's the initial email. Let me show you what I would do now. Okay. I actually just did this to announce today's training. So let me go over to our practice suite. A practice suite is an all-in-one client communication platform. It's where we do all of it from. And one of the things that we do is we have outreach. And as long as Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, all of it is plugged into my suite, as long as we've connected it, I can then take the words that I just came up with in my drag method in ChatGPT, come up with a cute little number. Oh, we can do that too. Let's go back to it. Hold on a second. Watch this, you guys. Ready? Now create a cute image in Canva to share this that is fun and eye-catching. And as long as my Canva account is connected to my ChatGPT, it will start working in Canva for me. Is that crazy? So then I can take what it came up with in Canva. I can create a new post. This is kind of like Hootsuite, if you guys are familiar with that. Um, and I can post to all of my accounts, and I can write out my post here and off it goes. When we do posting for practices, we'll post out an entire month of content using something very similar to what I just said. Okay, so that's the drag method in a nutshell. I can also go back to the chat prompt and I can ask for an ebook. I can ask for um, a private letter to one of my referral partners. I can ask for a step-by-step guide, which is literally the guide that I just shared with you here. A lot of this was written by ChatGPT. This is obviously a Canva created guide, but a lot of it was written by, you see all those freaking emojis, you guys? I hate them. And that shows me that this was written by ChatGPT, and I don't like that at all. So I would probably redo this if I was really on my game. Okay, with that being said, does anybody want to volunteer? Does anybody have a problem that they want to bring to the table? Anyone who is not moving around on a cell phone. If you're moving around on a cell phone, please do not volunteer yourself. If you are sitting still and you want to, if you want to raise your hand, what we'll do is we'll call on you, you give us a problem, and we'll walk you through the drag method with it, with your problem. If you are a watcher on Facebook, if you're in our Facebook group right now and you're watching and you want us to take one of your problems and put it through the drag method, we can certainly do that for you. You just have to come meet us in Zoom. Anybody who's currently in Zoom with us want to be the first person to give it a go. You can unmute yourself. And if you don't have anything that you want to give a sample of, I can give you another example. All right, here we go. I think iPhone 29 was also my first guest. Can you unmute yourself? Ask to unmute.
Done. Hello.
Give us your name and your location.
I am Rachel Taylor, and I'm in San Antonio, Texas.
All right. Rachel, do you feel you have a really clear problem that you want to have solved with the drag method?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so let me do a new chat. I'm gonna get out of this and I'm gonna do a new chat. And Rachel, I'll be able to share this with you. I'll drop a URL for you for whatever we come up with. So um, let's see if this works. I'm gonna try to put the microphone on while you talk.
Okay.
Rachel, what's the problem or what's the deal of what you're trying to figure out?
I am trying to create a bullet point or outline list for a workshop I'm teaching tomorrow evening for triathletes.
Okay, so let's go who, what, where, when, how, and how much. Let me just make sure it's taking your words.
Okay.
Sometimes it's a little weird in Zoom. Yes, it totally worked. Okay.
Yay.
So who triathletes, who specifically is this for? Tell us more about your triathlete.
Okay. These are triathletes that are in a group called Paragon, and um,
How old are they?
they are probably between 25 and 55 years old, and it will be a
And
mix of males and females.
is this their first triathlon?
No, it will be a variety. Some of them are amateur and some of them are professional triathletes.
So is it important that your step-by-step guide is relevant to everybody who's reading it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you don't want to be speaking to somebody who's done like 5 triathlons and say, here's what you need to bring to your triathlon with you. You want it to be relevant to everyone. So that's who,
Yes.
what do you want to include in your guide?
I want to include how chiropractic care can help them, specifically with the most common issues they face being low back pain, knee pain, and hip pain. I don't want to, and I have other questions on that, but it might be too wordy for AI. um,
Never, no such thing.
Okay, I know those are the most relevant pain points for them, and I want to incorporate how chiropractic can help, kind of like a power button. Number one, as an energy source for their nervous system. Then number two, how we can get more detailed into the mechanics of it helping them as well.
Awesome. Who, what? Tell us a little bit. This is in the what category. Tell us a little bit more about your chiropractic care.
Okay, it is nervous system focused on global holistic care, and then it zooms in onto the specifics of how each piece of our body can affect the rest, and then how also the fascia plays a big role in that. And we can meet the body with gentle care, sometimes more effectively than forceful care.
Yes, I love it. Okay, so that's the what.
Okay.
Where do you, what, is there anything about where? Like, where do they get it? Where are they? Where will they
Um,
integrate this?
So this workshop is going to be on site at Paragon's Training Center. Um, and I will provide hands-on like feedback for some stretches and exercises there after a brief discussion and education. And then they can sign up for care online to book
And where is your
an
care?
appointment with me. It is on the northeast side of San Antonio.
Okay, so you guys,
Is
if
that
you
what
could,
we're Thanks for
that's
asking me all these specifics.
it's real, the more specific, the better. So, and this is what I was about to say, Rachel. If I'm standing in the center of my apple pie, I'm like right in the middle of it, and I do a full 360 on where, I want to think about every quality of where, who, what, when, why, to give ChatGPT as much information as possible to get what I want. The more detail, the better. The other thing is that as we're building our prompt, as our chatbot is getting to know us, it's only going to add more detail for the next thing I want it to generate.
Okay.
Okay. So that's where, when.
The class is happening tomorrow evening, Thursday, from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And do I put the when of like
Yep.
when they can schedule with me at any time online?
Yep.
Um,
And when do you have hours? When do you see new patients?
and I see new patients on Monday and Thursday afternoons. No, Monday and Thursday mornings and Tuesday and Wednesday afternoons.
Okay. And um, when is a good time for them to get started with you?
And a good time for them to get started with me is tomorrow evening when they schedule.
Yesterday.
Yesterday, yes.
Okay, so that's the when, how, and how much. How? How do they get started with you? What's the call to action? Meaning when they click, what do you want to have happen? How are you going to help them prep for a triathlon? How how do they find you? Anything that you're standing in the center of the apple pie, do a full 360 on how.
Okay. They can schedule with me online with online booking. And an initial visit is $140.
Okay, so
And
how much?
new visits typically last 30 to 45 minutes. They'll get a thorough history and have further questions asked about what their specific goals are. Um, and an adjustment and a care plan for them will be provided. Mm.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so let's see how that looks. You guys see how I could hit the X right here? That will absolutely piss you off. Don't do that. I'm hitting the check mark, okay? Okay, so it's gonna obviously, Rachel, it's gonna take some of the questions that I had and put them in there too. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna ask it to play a role. That's R. In order for the bot to ask you three specific questions to better generate the thing that you wanted to generate. So in this instance, I would say the role should be a combination of the number one chiropractic center in all of Texas, the CEO of the number one chiropractic center in all of Texas, who has absolutely gotten their marketing down and wired, but also a fellow triathlete who is really caring about the people who she's about to serve. So I would say those two roles. Are you good with them?
Yes.
Okay, so let
Yes.
me add that. Play the role of the number one chiropractic center in all of Texas. You know what? Actually, in all of the United States, who specializes in this kind of thing, who absolutely has gotten their marketing wired, and also play the role of me as a fellow triathlete who really cares about the people who I serve. And I know that not only do I want to build my practice because I want to pay the bills and serve great care, but I also know that this is going to change their life. I know that they're going to do the triathlon, they're going to do it better than they would if they weren't getting adjusted, and they're going to feel really good about themselves, and then they're going to go make the world a better place. So it really is that big. Ask me 3 questions to help me generate a guide for my talk. Is there anything else you wanted to generate?
No, not
Okay.
right now.
Are you ready? Here we go.
Right.
So this is again just populating all the words that Rachel and I just came up with, and then I'm throwing it into the bot. And now what it's going to do is it's going to like start mixing it up. It's kind of like throwing everything in the Vitamix, right? And it's going. So here are there's the funny thing too, you guys, is whenever I use this, I'm always like, what if they say I gave them too much? And I'm like, first of all, there's no they, right? This is a chat bot. It's AI, and there's never too much. So there's always an answer, which really feels good. And it's like, hi, Jody, here's your stuff, right? What's the single biggest result you want them to walk away with? Is it understand how chiropractic care can help prevent injury, or commit to starting care, or leave with a stretch plan they'll start using tomorrow?
Do I have to choose just one of those?
You can choose all three if you want.
All three.
Okay, so I'm just going to type for question 1, all three. Teaching style, do you want this to feel like a mini seminar with slides and science, or more like a casual locker room huddle with demos, Q&A, and conversation?
The second one.
For question 2, second, I have this thing where if you watch me type, I can't type. Okay. Question 3, conversion moment. At the end, what's the one big action you want most of them to take to book a first visit, join an email list, follow you on Instagram, or buy a package?
Book a first visit
And then for
and also have them on my email list.
if it was me and I was you, before I get this prompt going, here's my website. Okay. And this is a website that we could build for you in like a day. Okay. And wherever you click before the scroll happens is what people are going to look at during the 3 seconds that they give your website. They will not give your website more than 3 seconds because you're not that important. I love you, but it's true. People have a 3-second attention span. So before they scroll, they're going to pick one place to click. If they click here, they go into my practice suite and a conversation starts. If they click here, they go into what's called lead pilot. Lead pilot is, and if any of you are coming to Mile High next week, I'll be there on Thursday night talking about lead pilot. This is a 3-minute video of me saying, hi, I'm Dr. Jody. This is what I do. This is what I don't do. And then 1-minute videos of their biggest concerns as my perfect practice member. They might think I'm going to hurt them. They might think it's going to cost a lot, and they might think it's going to take a lot of time. And then there's testimonials and an opportunity to book a 15-minute telehealth with me to make sure that I'm their person. So this lead pilot program, the idea is, Rach, if you have a handout with a QR code that goes to this lead pilot, you've fed every bird with one scone. Okay, this is called a VSL, or a video sales letter, and it's one of the things that our team will do for you. Okay, so let me go back to your drag, because I know that you guys are like, we want to see what it generates. Here we go. You ready? Got it. Here's a strong, ready to use bulletproof bullet point outline for your triathlete workshop, casual, practical, and geared up towards booking that first visit. So it's got a welcome and connection. This is her outline. Why this matters. Chiropractic is I like what this did, but I don't think it's exactly what you wanted. I think you want more of a handout, right?
Um, well, I wanted like an outline for me to follow.
There it is,
Okay.
sister.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to add to it and I'm going to say, now give me a handout so that my audience can follow along.
Awesome.
And then the other thing, you can get the Facebook announcement, the email announcement. You can get whatever. You can create an ebook from here. You can do whatever. You can create, like I'm training for a half marathon right now. What I would want if I was, let me just share, hold on. Okay. So one of my gifts to you guys is I'm the most high maintenance patient on the planet. If somebody has me on their schedule, they roll their eyes so hard that it sets them spinning because I demand really great care. It's just the way that I've always been. So if I was in your audience, I would want to feel your hands. I would want a hands-on. I'd want to know that I like you enough to come see you. I'd also want to know why I should listen to you compared to the 5 other people in town talking about triathletes. I'd also want to, this is so good, ready? I'd also want to hear from people who you're currently serving. So I would absolutely give some kind of an incentive that's legal and allowed to my practice members to say, hey, I'm doing this talk. Will you show up and just toot my horn and cheerlead for me? Your practice members will bend over backwards for you if they love you. And I'm just about positive that they love you. So those are the things that I think about. Yesterday, I had a body work treatment and I knew within 30 seconds that it was not going to be a good experience. I just knew. And if I had had an experience where I could come hear this person talk, feel their touch, like have them palpate my cervical spine, um, hear somebody that they're already serving talk about them, I would have known I wouldn't have wasted the money and the time and the energy. And here I am learning my lesson again. So is there anything else you want from this chatbot experience, Rachel?
Um, like I guess a guide that they can take home with like
Yes, queen.
three simple things that they can do at home so they feel empowered to do something when they're not
Create
with
a
me.
guide with three three simple things they can do from home so that I am trusted, let's say. Give them, Alex Hermosi shares, give them as much as you can. Give them way too much. And I give you guys as much as I can for free because I want you to know that I know what I'm talking about. I want you to know that I am the most high maintenance patient. So I'm also the most high maintenance marketing editor and all of these things. I want you to know that I want you to establish trust and rapport by what I give you, by what I'm going to show you who I am. I'm not going to tell you who I am. I want you to do that, Rachel. I want you to show them who you are. So you're going to put this really beautiful thing together for them because that's who you are. That's the kind of thing that you do. I also really love the idea. Is this talk going to be at somebody else's office?
Yes.
I would have a next go to. I would have like a webinar for a week later or an info night at your office. I'd have something for them to sign up that's not too risky, like a free blah, blah, blah. Right. And when we talk about marketing, we talk a lot about what's called a flywheel. Like, you know how a fishing flywheel is a thing and it's like all the different gauges of the flywheel. So in the beginning of our marketing or our trade with our practice members, we want to give them something for free and we want to get back nothing at all. So that might be a guide, right? And then we want to give them something that takes a little energy and we want to get back a little energy. So we might give them a talk and we might get back their name, their email, and their phone number. So it's an exchange. And then we might give them our initial consultation and they give us $175. And then we might give them one visit and they give us $100. And then we might give them a care plan. And then we might give them lifetime care. And the more we give them, the more they give us, so that we always stay in fair exchange. Do you get it?
Mhm.
All right, cool. Let me just drop this. So watch, you guys. This is how you can take the chat and share it. You see this little arrow here? So I'm at the bottom of her chat, right? And because it's a new chat, she's only going to get this one. And I'm going to hit this little dude right here. It says share. I'm going to copy the link and I'm going to send it to iPhone 29. Sheena, can I send this to you and you share it with her? Because I'm a little confused on how to do that at this moment. Oh, wait, I got it.
Yes, sure. Mhm.
I'm going to just put it in the chat, you guys, and then whoever wants it, it's there. Do I have another action taker? Anybody else? Thank you so much, Rachel, for
Thank you.
okay, you're welcome. Who wants to go next? Give me something hard. Give me something difficult. Elle, I see you with your blonde hair, you beauty queen, you. Who, me? Who wants to go next? While you guys are waiting, let me show you a couple more things. So you have the drag method in the chat. This is the guide for everything I just taught you. I also shared with you how this is used in the practice suite. So when we build you a practice suite, this is your all-in-one communication platform. This is to make your practice one-click ready. This is the texting, the faxing, the emailing, the phone calls, the course creation, the posting on social, the all of it, right? And we're going to go through a system when you join our community where we do what's called a sweep. We take a little broom and we sweep like fairies, your website, your social, your all of it, your Instagram, we'll Google your name, we'll look you up everywhere, and we'll grab everything out there. And from that sweep, we'll create your email messages, your texting messages. If we're building a page like this for you, like this, we're going to put the words in place for you with the sweep that we do with content that's already out there. You might want to use the drag method. You might say, Jody, you know what? I want to come up with my own words for, is it going to hurt? Will it cost a lot? So you could use the drag method to do just that. I'm making a video sales letter with Staffless Practice Team. I want to answer people's concerns about money, time, and energy. What should I say on the video sales letter? Give me a script to read while I'm doing the video. Some of you are like, I don't want to do videos. That makes me so nervous. I will meet with you in the Zoom and record this stuff for you because I'm telling you guys right now, this is going to change your practice. It will change the way that you practice. I promise you. Okay. The other announcement while you guys are deciding what you wanted, if you want me to use you as an example, raise your hand in the Zoom. The other announcement is that starting in the beginning, this is the first time I'm announcing this. We keep having people come to us saying, I just want to feel like I have a community of people watching me. I want to feel like I'm not alone in my efforts and practice. I have one very specific thing that I want to establish or accomplish in the next 90 days. And I want a group of people who are like-minded to hold me accountable. I also want their feedback. I want what they've already learned about the subject matter. So what we've done is we're creating what's called pods. And if you're a practice owner and you're looking to grow your practice, you're going to be in the practice growth pod. If you have a busy multidisciplinary practice and your team wants a pod, they'll have a company pod. We meet every 2 weeks. Everybody walks away from the meeting with they got to share for 10 minutes and everyone in the pod gives them assets, gives them feedback, and they come to the next meeting with their assignment that much further along. And every pod is 90 minutes long. The pods are $500 a month. If you're one of our clients, you get a discount. So if that's exciting to you, reach out to me and we'll get you in one of the pods that we're starting in October. Who else has a problem that they want to walk through with a drag method? We have 14 minutes left. And if you're on Facebook watching us, come on into the Staffless Practice Zoom. It's stafflesszoom.com. You guys can use the drag method with anything, right? You can use it with macros. I went to to the chat bot and I said, I'm currently training for a half marathon. So I said, I'm training for, and when I start running, the scale goes up. I know it's not supposed to, but it does for me because I'm always the opposite. I'm always on opposite day. So I start running, the scale goes up, right? So I wanted to use ChatGPT to be my brains behind the machine. And I said, this is how much I weigh. This is what my goals are. This is how often I'm running. This is how often I'll be running in 3 months from now. Give me the macros that I should be leaning on. And it gave me my macros. And then I say, now tell me how to take those macros and put them into ChatGPT. And that's exactly what I did. Very cool, right? You guys think about like if you're having marital problems, ask ChatGPT. I'm not saying to have ChatGPT tell you how to run your marriage. I'm not a moron, you guys, but I'm telling you that it could think outside the box. Like it could give you ideas for you to then go and run with and explore with. It can give you so many resources too. You can say, I'm having marital problems. I'm in Hunterdon County, New Jersey. I'm looking for the top 5 people who take care of couples that are having a challenging time. Ask me 3 questions as if you were a doctor, one of the great psychological marital doctors out there, and also my mom. Ask me 3 questions to help me generate a plan to really start to heal my relationship with my husband. That's another way that you can use drag. I like seeing you use it for marketing. Okay, Elle, my love, give me your problem, sister. Let me go to sharing my screen. Hold on, I want to go
Hello.
into a new chat. Hi.
So if I sound funny, I'm on the computer and my phone at the same time for noise. So I
Can you put
apologize.
your face closer to the microphone?
Sure. Is that
Oh,
better?
yeah. Okay, hold on
Okay,
a second.
sorry.
I want to share my screen.
Good.
Can you put your face? Your mouth too.
But my yeah, that comes with it. I gotcha.
Okay. You guys, let me also say that one of the things that we do now is I'll show up at your office for 3 days and we'll do a deep dive with your team on this stuff. So we sit knee to knee, heart to heart, and we just bang it out. It's called an AHOD, all hands on deck meeting. So that's been another really fun thing that we've been putting together too. Okay, so Al,
Yes.
DRAG. Let's start with D. Give me a description of the problem that you're looking to solve.
I'm looking for help in transitioning from my solo chiropractic practice. It's a little stressful, but thanks to you, it's better because of using staffless. There's your commercial. From just solely chiropractic to add functional medicine to my practice and then eventually transfer my practice mostly to functional medicine, keeping my chiropractic on a slow, 2 half days a week type of schedule. So I can finally start to enjoy my life because I'm getting much older. It's harder to do things here. And I'm just looking for help in how to transition because my chiropractic patients expect chiropractic care. I'm looking for cues and systems to say, this is how we're adding in functional medicine. What is functional medicine? How it can help my chiropractic patients. And then I want to also convince them to refer patients for functional medicine care as well as chiropractic, and also appeal to new patients from a referral base, and then eventually working into systems of Facebook, Instagram, and other social media.
I love that. And I think that you should be in our practice pivot pod. It's a pod all for people who are pivoting their practice. So,
Oh,
do you guys see how Elle has like unicorn brain? Like her brain is just filled with rainbows and flowers and colors. And it was not, I didn't have to, if I had asked my best friend what I just asked her, I would have gotten one sentence. But because Elle has this stream of consciousness always going and that her wheels are always spinning, that was the easiest prompt to start. So that's the D, that's the description. Okay. R, what's the best role this chatbot could play to ask you the right questions?
highly skilled at organization of my very little time I have. So organize my time well, help me to organize resources, and
Okay,
give me,
so,
go ahead.
okay, you ready?
Yes.
I want you to play the role of the most organized, the best organizational coach in the United States, as well as a CFO of the most successful functional medicine practice within 100 miles of me. There's the role. Ask me 3 questions to generate a strategic plan for me to know what the hell to do to integrate functional medicine in my practice. The interesting thing is that there are so many chiropractors looking for this very same thing. Not me. I don't know anything about functional medicine. I locate, analyze, adjust vertebral subluxation. That's what I do all day long, right? But if you come to me and you're like, Jody, I want to integrate this whole other wing or branch in my practice, this is how we start our wheel spinning. So let's see what kind of questions Karen asks you. How much of your current revenue and weekly time is tied to chiropractic care? And how much room do you have in your schedule to add functional medicine visits right now without cutting chiropractic hours yet?
100% current. I'm going to say 15 hours a week that I have extra right now, or I will make room for.
Are you planning to offer functional medicine as a cash-based package, insurance billed visits, or a hybrid? And what kinds of cases do you want to focus on first?
Cash only,
Cash only,
men's health
men's health,
and hormones, because nobody pays
hormones.
attention to that. Gut issues and longevity with brain health and Alzheimer's awareness and dementia.
I am going to push back
Okay.
and remind you. Okay, you guys, let's go here for a second. If you're in an elevator and you have from floor 1 to floor 10 to talk to one person in the elevator and sing your bat signal, tell them what problem you solve. If you have from floor 1 to floor 10, you're going to have a really hard time talking about brain health, Alzheimer's,
Yeah.
men's health, hormones,
Okay.
gut issues, right? You might pick one like general health over 50 or common health concerns over 50. And then the clearer you are with that signal, with that bat signal, what we call your, like, I like the image of standing under an umbrella and everybody gets under your umbrella and there's one thing that you can say to them. What is it and who are you talking to? The clearer you get on that, the easier this is going to be, right? So that's called perfect practice member, and that's a whole exercise that we walk you through. So let me go back to sharing my screen. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what it comes up with. Transition timeline. And I know that Toby jumped in, or Tori jumped in, and we talked about 3 stages. This is where I'm going with that. Like, it's really important to know this is where I am now. This is where I want to be. What's the journey to get there? The middle stage is where the meat is. It's where all the work is, right? So, phase 1, education and curiosity. Phase 2, low friction onboarding, and phase 3, full integration. And if you wanted to elaborate on a specific phase, all you have to do is ask the prompt that I want to hear more about. I want a 90-day plan for phase 2. Or I'm still scared to educate my practice members. Give me more about phase 3. There you go, darling.
Thank you. I love it.
I love it too. So I'm going to share this with you. I'm going to drop this in the chat. And if anybody else wants it, you got it. Okay. Okay, before I end, because we're just about in an hour, are there any questions for me about all of the things that I just said? Or anything staffless practice in general? Who has questions about what thing? If you found that helpful, drop a 1 in the chat. If you found it a complete waste of time, don't say anything. Thank you, guys. It was so awesome. It was fun. Anybody have questions for me? Anybody curious to hear more about the pod? Anybody, Jen, I'll drop it again here. Anybody want to learn more about the practice suite? And I can share my screen. Thanks, Sheena. Sheena, can you drop the drag method guide one more time? I'm not seeing it in my downloads anymore. Actually, did I already take the, yeah, hold on a second. Jen, I'm dropping it again. And save. All right, and here is the guide for drag method again. And you guys put your own twists and turns on this, like make this your own. I'm telling you again, like I'm going to a convention in a month to learn all about AI. There is so much to learn. And it's going faster than you can learn it. It's like when I started practice 25 years ago, nobody had cell phones. Nobody had computers. Like it wasn't we had big boxy computers. And then I remember going to see my dad and he was like, one day people are going to have computers on their phones and they're going to be able to call people from their car. And I was like, there's no way that's going to happen. And the as soon as the Trello came out, the Palm Pilot came out, they were everywhere, right? And there goes the cervical curve. And we started seeing all of these anomalies, right? And but it happened faster than we could keep up with. AI is going to absolutely change the way that we know the world, whether or not we like it. So learn your little corner of it. Learn how to use ChatGPT. Start there. Any questions, thoughts, comments, or concerns, guys? Anything at all? Okay, go make the world better with great care. And I hope that your day is as beautiful as you are. And we'll talk really soon. Thanks.